How's it going, everyone? Zabby here, and welcome to episode number 2 of the complete guide here in Fishing Planet. We're going to be going to Mudwater River today and catching every single fish this river has to offer. We're going to go after the black bullhead, all the different panfish, the bowfin, the freshwater drum. So in terms of setup, guys, I just wanted to let you know I'm having to re-record this episode and actually the next one. So I am a little bit higher of a level now. I'm level 14. I've actually already been to Rocky and completed some challenges, and I've already done all the challenges here in Mudwater, but I had to re-record it because of some audio issues. So for our setup today, we're going to have 2 of these Omni Float 350s. So again, guys, this is still the very first float rod you can get in the game that you get at level 5, $1,900. For our reel, we have the Crucian Hunter 3000. The reason why we have this is because this makes it a very balanced setup. So now our rod is a 3 kilogram max line weight. Our reel is max drag of 3 kilograms, and then our line is 2.7. So our setup is much more balanced now. I have some number 8 hooks on right now with red worms and a depth of 50 centimeters. And the reason why I have this is because we're going to be going for the panfish first. So if you want to follow along, feel free to go ahead. I will throw a conversion up for you guys. 50 centimeters, it's a good depth for panfish. It generally seems to work out. And then on my spinning setup, I also have just a casting spoon, 7 grams, number 1 odd hook, and you guys can go ahead and grab this gold one in the shop. Just go into lures, go to spoons, and it is on page 2 right there for $170. And before we head to Mudwater, also go into common jig heads. You can also grab barbless if you'd like. Grab this 5 gram number 10 barbless jig head, and then also grab a 5 centimeter shad. That is the level 7 shad there. And the reason why we're bringing this is because we're going to use this for the freshwater drum. You could also bring some small minnows to use on a float rod for the freshwater drum as well. Here's the hook sizes I'm bringing, guys. Some number 1 hooks, number 8s, number 1/0s, and number 2s. You don't have to bring them all. I'm mainly going to use the number 8s and then the 1/0s. And then again, if you're going to be going after the freshwater drum, I'm going to be using this shad for it here. This is what I find works the best. So you can definitely bring that along if you'd like to use that. Welcome to Mudwater, guys. When you get here, come on down to this spawn point here, the last songs of summer. This is where we're going to spend the majority of our time here. This is going to be very, very simple, guys. We're going to get started with the panfish. Super, super easy. We're literally going to fish right here, right to the right of the spawn point. This marker right here is just a depth marker. So anything behind this is nice and deep, which is good for cats. But for us right here, we're just going to go right in front of this bush right here. Make sure you go ahead and go to peak time. So we're going to go to 1500 hours. And then, guys, I am just going to go ahead and fish. And I'm literally just going to cast like directly right here. And since we have 2 rods, which you might not have at this point, but we do, we are going to go ahead and complete this nice and quickly, which is what we want to do, because these panfish missions, you want to get done ASAP, because they really don't provide you with a whole lot, and they can take some time. We actually grabbed a black bullhead there, so we got one of them done already. There is the white crappie, nice and easy. We also got another one on here, hopefully something else we need. And we grab the common shiner. We grab the blacktail shiner. That's another one down. We're getting there nice and quickly. Super helpful if you have 2 rods, guys. I know a lot of you guys at this point probably don't. But if you do have the extra money and you can afford it, go ahead and do it. It's going to speed things up a lot. There's the blunt nose minnow, and we completed the challenge Holy Float, but we got a blunt nose minnow, which is nice. We're done with that. And we also got the pumpkin seed. We actually did get a largemouth bass on a red worm. We ended up grabbing a bluegill and actually got pretty lucky and grabbed a unique bluegill. 89 XP and $186. I actually didn't even know you could get a unique bluegill here. That's how little I actually fish at Mudwater, but there you go. Nice unique bluegill. I believe we just have the channel catfish, which is nice and easy, and then the green sunfish, and we are good to go with the panfish. And there we go. We grabbed the green sunfish. Now we just need our channel catfish, which is super, super easy to grab, guys. Let me just show you real quick. So if you're wondering for what to do in terms of catfish and all that in this area, nice and easy. Let's just go to, I don't know, let's go to a number 1 hook size. We can probably do 1/0 even, but we'll just go with this for now. I'm just going to go to 100 centimeters. You probably don't even need a conversion. Just go somewhat deep, literally right in front of us. And this should be good enough to get us a channel cat. You might get a black bullet as well. And there you go. Just like that, we get a nice young channel catfish. We are now done with the exploration, or the first part of the mission here. And now we can move on to the trial section and go after a little bit harder of fish to catch. Come on over to Catfish Heaven, and we are gonna go after a couple of different things here. We're gonna go after the bowfin on our float rod, and then we are going to try and catch the 2 different types of pickerels and the bass with our spinning setup. But first things first, we are going to go after the bowfin because it is a little bit of a pain to catch. Notice my marker. You can actually see this is where we're going to cast, and what we're going to do is cast to this marker, and then we're just going to let the bait drift down in front of these lily pads here. And this will be your best bet scenario for catching the bowfin. So if we go into our rods here, you can see I have 200 centimeters leader length. I will throw a conversion up for you Imperial guys. We're using 1.0 hook size with small cut bait. That's what we're going to be using for this setup. You can see there's my marker, and you can kind of see what I was talking about. So we got the trophy bowfin. There's the small cut bait. So when we cast to that marker, it's just drifting right on this line here. So right by this shallow area, but also right out in the deep spot here. So it's kind of in that nice middle ground there, which is perfect. So we're going to set both of these out to there, and we're going to try and grab ourselves a nice bowfin. Throw on your casting spoon and just get to work. Basically, if you cast in this back area right here, use twitching or stop and go, you will get the grass and chain pickerel. You will also get the largemouth bass. If that spot's not working for you too much, you can always cast over here like this and go in this area right here, and that will work too. You can also fish from the other side as well. But basically anywhere in this area here, you will get both types of pickerel and you will get bass. You might get unlucky and it might take you a while to get a certain type of pickerel, but it will come. You can also use your float rods, just throw on small minnows. So you can see here, just as I'm fishing, I'm watching my other rods, and you can see my floats are just going right in front of those lily pads there. If they do stop, they are stuck, so you might just need to reel them in a little bit, get them unstuck. And you can see here, I was just doing stop and go while watching my floats, and we got a fish on, which is absolutely perfect. Now, we did get a little bit lucky, and we grabbed a bass already. Ooh, we actually got a fish on our other rod there, which is interesting. I want to get that. I want to get that up here. Look how broke that rod looks, actually. Look at that. It's really, really broken. All right, let's bring this bass in here, and then hopefully we got a bowfin on there already. That would be nice. There we go. We got the nice bass already. And let's see if we got ourselves a nice bowfin. We definitely got ourselves a bowfin, guys. You can just tell from the fight right away that it's going to be a bowfin. Catfish are not that big here, so you know it's not a catfish. This is definitely a bowfin, and that was the first cast. It is a little bit tough to get this bowfin, but if you follow this method, you should be able to get it. And if not, just skip it, guys. Remember, if you're having trouble with a specific fish or not, just skip it. You don't need to finish everything in order. You can always come back. And remember, your main goal is to level up and stuff, so level up and fish. That's your main goal. Make sure you do that. I'm completing the missions because I skipped them on my main account the first time, and now I want to come back and I want to redo them all, and I want to show you guys how to do them. But yeah, this is definitely a bowfin. You can just tell from the fight. Actually, you can see there my bobber did get stuck, or actually just had a fish on. That could be another bowfin. I've had a couple of people comment saying this guy doesn't know how to fish. He reels in when he doesn't need to. I'll let you guys know, I've been playing this game for a while now, and after a while, you kind of just shut your brain off when you're fishing in this game. I barely pay attention to when I'm fishing. Unless I know I'm going to lose the fish or it's a unique, then I like switch my brain on. Start paying a little bit more attention, you know? Wow, he is absolutely running out there. They get decently big here too, guys. And I believe they get up to trophy. If I remember correctly, you can get trophy here. Mudwater is not an area I've spent a whole lot of time fishing in. Just because, honestly, once you do the missions, there's really no need to ever come back here again. I guess if you're doing tournaments or whatnot, you can come back here, but there's not a great money fish or XP fish here, so a lot of people don't tend to stick around too much at Mudwater, which is, I get it. I think it'd be kind of neat if they maybe added something to make it a little bit more fun. The only problem with reeling in live on the video like this is I can't swear, because then YouTube will hate me. Come on, 9 meters, man. Stop fighting, just give in already. They're coming in whether you like it or not. There we go. This should be it. Yep, there it is. Nice bowfin. Perfect. And there we go. We got the nice trophy bowfin. 192 XP, $195. Not too shabby. We just need the pickerels and the freshwater drum, and we are good to go ahead and leave Mudwater and never return. Finally, grab the chain pickerel. We are down to the grass pickerel and the freshwater drum, and then we are done just keep fishing. Eventually you should get the grass pickerel, but if you don't, just swap spots, guys. You know how to fish. Nice and easy. Just take some time like anything else in this game. Don't ask me how, but I did catch a freshwater drum over here while I was fishing for the grass pickerel. I literally was just at 50 centimeters. I had small minnows on, and I was just casting back here, just like I have been going after the pickerel, and I ended up catching a freshwater drum. I don't think I have ever caught one over here before, guys, so I will show you the other spot as well, but I figured since something weird happened, I should show you guys. I actually can't believe I caught one here. So you learn something new every day. Apparently you can catch them over here. So if you want to give that a shot while you're going after the pickerel, feel free to go ahead. But I will show you guys the other spot where I normally catch them. I wasn't having any luck getting a grass pickerel down at the other spot. So I came down to the pike challenge area where we're going to catch the freshwater drum, and I grabbed one right away. So if you aren't having any luck, just swap up spots. But let's go ahead and catch the freshwater drum. So head on down to Pike Challenge and come on up to this area right here. You can see I do have a marker set way out there in the distance, and that is our spot for the trophy freshwater drum, or the freshwater drum. Again, if you're lucky enough to catch one at the other spot like I did randomly, then that's helpful. But throw on those small minnows, use a 1/0 hook, and I believe I went to 100 centimeters. I will throw a conversion up for you guys, but honestly, I generally have the most luck on the shad here. So just go ahead, equip that shad, just do stop and go or twitching, and you should be good to go. But if you do have a rod stand and have extra rods, you might as well use them, because why not? So let's go ahead and use those at the same time. Double check the peak just to make sure we still have enough time. And we are nearing the end here, so I might just fish for a little bit and go to the next day. But for the most part, we should be good to go here in terms of getting that freshwater drum. Just cast out in that general direction. Again, take a look at the map. I will throw a conversion for the distance here as well, just because it is a little ways out there. About 50-ish meters. But I do seem to have the most luck on the shad, so that's what I'm going to be using mainly here. I'm just going to have these in the water because why not? And we'll just cast out like so. Again, doesn't have to be perfect, guys. Just in that general area should be okay. And then we're going to use our shad as well. And twitching or stop and go will work here as well. So hopefully we can get this fish relatively quickly. Skipped ahead a few days and caught another freshwater drum here on the float rod. So I didn't get it on the shad this time like I normally do, which is honestly super surprising to me. But I will recommend just bringing it just in case. But if you have some small minnows and you have a float rod, you could definitely go ahead and use that. I'm not going to fish around just to get one on the shad, just to prove it to you guys, because I did get one in my, I think my beginner's guide way back. I caught one on a shad. But that's normally what I catch it on, but you can grab them in this area, guys. So just keep fishing, and eventually you will grab that freshwater drum. And we actually get a nice trophy black bullhead to finish it off here. But that's all there is to Mudwater. We do have the monster fish and the 30-day challenge, which we will come back to do in the future. But that's it for Mudwater, guys. If you know of any other good spots for any of the fish, make sure to comment down below. Let others know, because there's always a couple different spots to grab every fish here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one when we head to Rocky Lake. I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching, everyone.